time for Tap That Trade with Phil Flynn, a Fox Business News contributor, and Alan Nuckman, a pro options trader. Good to see you guys as always. I know that you're ramped up, so let the games begin with round one. Bull bottom. Apple stock formed a cup and a handle bottom on the charts. It's exciting to technicians. Is Apple a buy, a sell, or a hold?
Well, I'm positive on Apple, but it's already had a big bounce from the bottom at $92. A lot of things are setting up technically for a move possibly up to 114, but I think the safer way to play it is with the Qs. The Qs are going to give you that exposure, and the Qs are still negative 4% on the year, whereas the other stock indexes come back, and we're unchanged in the S&P and in the Dow.
I don't know, Alan. You know, I agree with you. I'm bullish, but I'm a lot more bullish than you are. I mean, that cup and handle formation, well, it is. It's one of the most bullish formations you're going to find in technical analysis. And it's very impressive. If you look at the way that the stock crashed and the way it kind of rounded up and broke out of that, usually that's a sign of a major bottom. And it will, if you want to do the measurement, you take the cup and handle, you flip it upside down, and you can not only do that move to the upside. What was your target?
114 was initially.
I think we can go to 125. I'm very bullish.
The PE on Apple's only 11. Earnings come out on the 28th. I think a lot of bad news has been built in. They've been known to surprise before. We'll have to see.
I think they'll surprise again.
Round number two, Canada. For the first time, Canada is a creditor to the U.S. Canada is holding more U.S. assets than America's holding in Canadian assets. The Canadian dollar is up something like 5% this year. Is this loony?
I think it's great. Come on, Canada. It's about time you woke up over there in that part of the world. It's about time you started buying more of our assets. Of course, it's not loony. But I'll tell you what, it has a lot to do with one of my favorite markets, energy, of course. There has been a runaway from the energy industry and hard commodities. Let's face it, in Canada, you know, those stocks are really doing well during the energy boom. People have really got burned in those stocks, and they're moving into the U.S. Resources is,
If you look at XME, which is the metal and mining ETF, it's up 40%. The loonie, the Canadian dollar ETF, is only up 5%. I think it has more upside. 85 is the halfway level that we've seen in this last decline over the last 5 years. So still a lot more upside potential. Play that as a commodity proxy. It's not going to move as quickly, but I think it's going to recover as well.
I don't know what he's talking to boot.
We are all going to need to recover after that one. On to round number three, old school Oracle. Larry Ellison made $1 billion overnight in that stock pop for Oracle. So what does this mean now that he's surpassing Mark Zuckerberg? Do you buy Facebook? Do you buy Oracle?
Larry.
$1 billion overnight, it's a pretty good night.
Really good night.
Well,
Not
you're
bad.
sleeping, no less.
Well, you're sleeping, right.
But if you look at that stock, it's been trading in a range for a while, so that has a 15% more upside target now that it's broken out. And then, if you look at the bigger picture and it takes out those 2014 highs, then it can move another 45% from where it is now. So he may get a lot richer.
I think he could as well. I think Oracle's a fantastic company, and it's a time where it's come. Even though it's old school per se, you need the old school to mix with the new school. I like Oracle at these levels, and I think Facebook was overvalued a little bit ahead of itself. You know, with more competition coming online for Facebook, I think Oracle's a better bet.
Facebook's PE is in the 80s. Oracle's is, at a very reasonable level. So we'll have to wait and see. It's slow and steady. It's not as shiny as exciting, but it's performed very well.
I hope this is exciting because I love the bonus round question.
All right.
Which Sesame Street Muppet recently made a commercial for the iPhone?
Muppets. I love the Muppets.
For the iPhone?
Muppets? Yeah.
I love Cookie Monster. I pick Cookie Monster.
You're going to pick, I'm going to say for the iPhone, it has to be Big Bird. But Big Bird lost his temper because he couldn't get Siri to understand what the heck he was talking about. So I say it was Big Bird, and he was having to run in with Siri. Was that it?
No.
The answer was Cookie Monster. Alan, you won. Alan, congratulations.
Cookie Monster!
Oh, see?
What was he saying?
It happens.
Cookie? Oh, my goodness.
Every once in a while.
All right. Well, I can understand Cookie Monster better than Siri, so he's got that going for him.
There you go. You were half right. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Alan. Business First continues.